Geoffrey Pascal. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about so many things happening in the 90-day world this week. But let's start off with Geoffrey freaking Pascal, the man who was being sentenced to 18 years in prison for kidnapping and brutally assaulting his ex-fiancée. But let's dive into what has been reported here. Now, for some of you may not know this, but there is an upcoming show coming up on Netflix called Worst Ex Ever, which Geoffrey is actually going to be a part of. Now, as you can see, Geoffrey has encountered yet another legal setbacks in hopes of overturning his 18-year prison sentence for kidnapping and brutally beating his fiancée, Kristen Wilson, in 2019. Today, the Tennessee Criminal Court of Appeals affirmed by ruling by the post-conviction court earlier this year, dismissing Geoffrey's latest appeal because the verified petition was not submitted before the deadline. Now, we do know that the woman that he is currently married to is literally out here. I have no idea why he's still trying to fight his case, but we won't talk about it in this video. Now, this was Geoffrey's second attempt to appeal his conviction and sentencing. According to the court documents, Geoffrey filed a complaint against his attorney, Richard Lee Gaines, with the Consumer Assistance Program in February 2026, as well as a civil suit in Knox County Circuit Court. The court documents reveal Geoffrey paid Richard Gaines a total of $75,000 to represent him for the appeal, which was never heard because the filing was late. Now, to be fair, if I was in Geoffrey's position, I would also be absolutely livid. Livid to the point that I would also want to pretty much call out my attorney, because $75,000, like, yo, that's not light work. That's a lot of money. And you got me what? Nothing. But then at the same time, though, that's me speaking on if I'm Geoffrey. But me speaking as myself, on the other hand, or as I'd like to hope as you folks, we're happy that the attorney didn't get Geoffrey, obviously, you know, his second appeal approved. Let's just call it what it is. But nonetheless, though, well, at least for us that do find him to be guilty. Now, Mr. Gaines committed a catastrophic malpractice. He failed to investigate the claims, ignored much of the plaintiff's factual contributions, and waited until the absolute final day of the statutory deadline to finish drafting and file the post-conviction petition. Because of a severe, unexplained delay, he filed the petition without allowing the plaintiff to review it, and critically, he filed it entirely unverified. And I can understand why Geoffrey is obviously absolutely livid with his attorney, or let's say ex-attorney, resulting in the final immediate dismissal of the petition without substantive review. Okay, now of course there will be more things to come out at some point, but don't you worry, guys. When that happens, I'll be here to let you guys know for sure. But like I said before, there is a show coming on Netflix called Worst Ex Ever, which Geoffrey will be a part of. Unless it's already coming, I just don't know about it. Yeah, either way though, it is coming out. So if you want to check it out when it happens, and by all means necessary, do what you gotta do. Now, with that being said though, we're going to move on to the next one. Now, this one here is all about Usman. Mr. Usman, he has now announced that he is finally and has landed in the United States of America. The wait is over. Soulja Boy is here and he's here to stay. Welcome to Atlanta, USA. So USA is the place that he is currently at right now. As you can see, as per the IG itself in particular, Soulja Boy has landed. The question is, and this is the key question, do you even give a damn? I'm just asking because I know I don't. Right? Well done to you, buddy. It took you a long time, but okay, well done. Now what? You're in America. Now what? What does he think? He's now going to become a new music star? Does he think he's going to go off and do bigger and better things? You know, is he finally going to get that international recognition as the rapper he is? The same recognition that he never got in Nigeria, a place that is literally a smaller pond within the music business. Who knows. But either way though, just to let you guys know that he has now finally landed in the United States after all this time. Do what you will with that piece of information, but now we're going to move on to the next piece of tea, and this one is all about Kimberly. Now, Kimberly is somebody right now has been going through a transformation within her appearance. She has lost a significant amount of weight, and also on top of that, she claimed that she's doing so much more hair care as well as also so much more skincare. Now, as of recently, she's even gone to newer lengths of now finally getting her teeth also being sorted out. Now, when it comes to her current appearance with the new teeth, a lot of people haven't necessarily been a fan of these new teeth, so much to the point that Kimberly has not once but multiple times come out on social media to defend herself because of all the criticism that she's going through, especially on Reddit. But here's the thing though, who told you and who asked you to go on Reddit? No one did. You do it to yourself. But let's listen to what Kimberly's had to say. To be fair, you probably have checked this out already on my stories, but if you haven't, this is a chance for you to check it out here. And also on top of that, I'm also going to give you guys my thoughts on the matter itself in particular.
Guys, so I wanted to address a couple things that I saw under a recent post of mine. I don't use Photoshop and I don't use filters, okay? So if I did, then I would be all wavy, right? I had really good lighting. I take really good care of my skin. If that was the case, don't you think I'd get rid of all these little white spots that I have? I didn't. Sorry to disappoint you. And yes, the shape of my face changed because I got all in fours dental implants. And mind you, I'm only 2 weeks out from surgery. So I talk a little different. I have to get used to them. They have to get adjusted. So it's a process, okay? But no filters here. I just wanted to address that. Everybody have a great day. Bye.
Well, you know what? Sometimes I just can't take myself seriously. I need to behave sometimes, you know. I'm like a little kid, aren't I? Oh my goodness gracious me. Listen, the matter of fact is, all I can say is this, yeah, before I read what the post says on Reddit. It is good to see somebody going out of their way finally to better their life. You know, especially when it comes to your mental and physical health. The good thing is she's out here improving her physical health. The bad thing is she's not out here improving her mental health. Why? Because she is choosing to go online to read comments on her posts, to then go on Reddit and read what they are saying, all right? And potentially even coming onto platforms like YouTube and seeing what videos being created about her. And to be fair, she probably is, because I know she blocked me purely because she doesn't like what I've got to say. Which is wild, because I was like, you can block me on IG, but you do realize as a content creator, blocking any one of us who are in this zone is actually pointless, because we can still see what's happening in your life, because there's always going to be someone else that we talk to is going to send it to us, or there's going to be Reddit, yeah, they can send it to us. Honestly, the level of lack of brain cells behind it is crazy. But nonetheless though, it's good to see that she's out here improving herself, despite the fact that many people may not agree with the transformation. But hey, let's dive into what's being said here. First and foremost, this person says, oh my God, what does Kim look like? Guys, stop accusing Kimberly. I'm not sure if that means. Anyway, imagine going through surgery, extraction all your natural teeth just to end up with a underbite, a deformed mouth and lisp. I mean, the thing is though, right, obviously the surgery is new, so there could be some swelling that is happening right now. I would say at least give it like maybe a month, maybe 2 months to let all the swelling, everything to go down, and maybe the overbite will disappear, and maybe the lisp will also go too, because we all know it's like to go to the dentist, you know, when we get the injection and stuff, and then we get our teeth taken out, and then walking around like this. Oh, what's going on? You know what I mean? So we do know what it's like to have that aftermath, but at the same time, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who have been through this experience and haven't experienced the overbite, nor have they experienced the lisp, but therefore they may assume that maybe Kim's job has been potentially botched. I'm not too sure, because I've never had that kind of surgery, and nor would I ever. My teeth, and that's that. Either way though, a formed mouth and a lisp. If she paid even a single cent, she should get a refund. Is she really not seeing it, or is she trying to gaslight herself? You know what though, to be fair, sometimes in life when people do certain things to better themselves, even if that thing they've done hasn't come out as good as what maybe the rest of us would assume it should have, that person would still be happy with that result purely because that result to them is better than what they had before. And like I said before, if she knows that this is just a process until it all calms down, well then fair enough. But at the same time though, the more I think about it, if she was told that it's going to take a while for her teeth to obviously, you know, settle in, the overbite's gonna go, the list is gonna disappear, all that kind of jazz, then realistically, if it was me on the other hand, or even yourselves, you would wait until all of that has calmed down, and then you would show the public your new transformation. You wouldn't show it to them whilst it's looking quite sore, shall we say, to be polite. So therefore, I do wonder though, if anything, the surgery stuff actually generally just been botched, to be fair, or maybe just due to her jawline, that's just the best that they could do, because sometimes we got to take into account that maybe it's just due to due to the structure of her mouth. But like I said before, based on what she had before, I can understand if in her eyes, she's like, well, at least this is better than what I had. To be honest with you, the overbite, the list, nice, whatever. The thing that's more, it's more the color. Like, you know when somebody smiles and their teeth are just so bright, so in your face, it's like, bro, if I turn off the light, I'm going to see you still. Yeah, I find that stuff kind of creepy, but that's just a me thing. But either way though, but that isn't an insult towards Kimberly. Now, and how much more can it be adjusted? Any dentist can care to weigh in. Never thought I'd say this, but her previous teeth were better. But listen, you're entitled to obviously believe in the previous teeth was better, but of course, Kimberly's entitled to believe that what she's got now is better than before. What I will say is that her teeth before wasn't even that noticeable, or at least I don't ever remember them, to be honest with you. So they must have been really bad. But then again, it is what it is. Either way, though, one thing that does prove is that I know there's this thing in America where they say that us Brits have the worst teeth. Look at you now. Secondhand embarrassment. Look at you. Just playing. Oh, am I? Either way, though, we continue. Just needed cleaning, bleaching because of the strains from her disgusting smoking habit. Also, stop saying she edited her pictures or used a filter. She's absolutely a natural beauty. I mean, listen, first and foremost, I know she hasn't used any filters, you know what I mean? Because you know a fit when you see one, right? Let's be real. You're so used to knowing what filters look like because we're so used to seeing people like Darcy, Stacey, Angela Dean using them all the time, you know what I mean? So yeah, it is very clear that Kimberly doesn't use that per se. And to be fair, regarding editing pictures, I don't really know. I don't really know if she really had that in her. Now, this person says, after being in the dental field, dentures way too big and too white. When implants are placed, usually it takes 4 to 6 months while the implants heal before crowns can be placed. Her upper lip is almost non-existent. So, wait, so these are the final results? Well, no. Obviously, as you can see, the final result will be 4 to 6 months from now. So I guess Kimberly, most importantly, we just have to wait to see how they turn out, obviously 4 or 6 months from now. And she can have her own opinion on her own teeth. Now, of course, when she does decide to do an update video at the time or a picture, people will probably have an opinion. But the main thing is that Kimberly, all she has to care about is what she sees and not what the rest of other people see. Because like I said before, the good thing is she's focusing on her physical health, which has been good. But you've also got to focus on your mental health as well. And right now, she seems to be neglecting that by allowing herself to come online to see people say what they want to say and therefore having to react to it when you don't have to react to it because you don't have to read these things. But either way, though, it is what it is. Now we're going to move on to the next piece of information for today. So this one here is regarding Josh, Jamal, and Rob. Now we do know that Jamal has now officially left the 90-day Bad Boys, and now we only have Josh and Rob left. But some person who's close to them, somebody who I believe is probably the photographer of their videos, has come out with a post by saying, announcement, you may have heard, but our friend, our brother, Jamal Menes has decided to step away from 90-Day Bad Boys group. Hate him or love him, he brought joy to many with his hilarious antics and his original personality. As the original creator who helped build their Instagram presence from 0 to 120k followers in 1 year, I was blessed to have shared many funny moments with Jamal and grew close to him as we traveled the world together almost every weekend. My guy, I've said many times, you have the ability to shine like no other. You have the power to shift the dynamic in any room by simply being yourself. Your fans, your true fans, will always love you for that. If us four never return to what it was, just know that I am blessed to have witnessed where we've been to your future success, etc., etc. And then there were two. Obviously, Jamal comes in. He does say that I appreciate the post, Jay. Everything happens for a reason. Much love, mate. I guess being in the UK has now put him in a position where he can now say mate. Now, here's the thing, folks, right? I think the post in particular is a brilliant post for obviously Jamal to obviously receive from the person that's behind the lens and probably the editing of everything else. But the question is, though, why is it Rob nor Josh have come out to say anything regarding Jamal's exit? It would have been interesting to hear them come out to say their side of the story, whether they would have said, listen, it's been a pleasure working with him, but we chose to go separate ways for said reasons. You see what I'm saying? But obviously both of them have been absolutely silent, so that does make things feel a little bit interesting. Now, of course, if you've seen my YouTube Shorts, you will see that I also recently uploaded a video regarding Josh and Rob now pretty much enjoying life without Jamal. It's not, you know what I mean, which isn't a bad thing in any shape or form. But again, why are you not addressing the situation? You don't have to tell us what happened, but you can at least say, listen, we've gone separate ways and the best in your future endeavors, or whatever the hell you want to say. So I'm just saying that silence is definitely making things seem a bit, Now, with that being said, though, we're going to move on to the next piece of tea for today. And this one here is all about Laura. Now, Laura, this morning in time, is going for a lot of, she's under a lot of fire right now, okay? Because, well, Laura is Laura. I mean, let's just call it what it is. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to Laura stuff in particular, we do know that she has recently gone for a breakup with Burkhan. Burkhan came out to explain that him and Laura are no longer together. He says he left her because he had to choose between her and the military service in Turkey. And he said because of the military service in Turkey, this is why he decided to step away from that relationship. To be honest with you, I don't really believe that is really the full reason or the true reason, because, well, check out this, because this is what Laura's come out to. This is happening to Laura right now on social media. People are trying to ask her about addressing the breakup, and Laura seems to not be actually responding to the questions. So, as per her social media, someone comes in here and pretty much says, how long is the compulsory service requirement? Laura says 6 to 12 months. Now, I'm pretty sure there are many women in this world who are with a man that goes and serves. And he can go away for 6 months, 12 months, flipping 16 months, 18 months, 24 months, you name it. And they'll still be at home when he gets back. It doesn't necessarily mean that a breakup has to happen, which is why the whole thing seems a bit sus, because why do you have to break up just because she's going away? But either way, though, as you can see here, she comes in, and then also someone else says, I'm guessing you're under NDA. She says, yep. I saw a post that Burkhan said, you are not together. Is it true? We are behind the episodes here. And she said he is completing his mandatory military service currently. Again, not answering the question. She's obviously avoiding the questions. As you can see, she also responds to someone else. I've seen rumors about the split. Are you okay? She said, thank you for asking. Burkhan was called to complete his mandatory service in the Turkish military. We've known about this for a while, and it is a sad situation for sure. Now, given the fact that they've known about this for a while, that he was always going to go, why do they need to break up now he's gone? This is what I'm saying. And to be fair, he hasn't actually gone right now, because he's still active on social media. The only thing that he has done is change his name. He's removed anything that is related to 90 Day Fiance in any shape or form. So he's literally just gone on a whole different path now. And he may be doing that because maybe that's what he has to do to pursue whatever he wants to pursue within the military service. Either way, though, I don't believe this is why they broke up, because it just doesn't seem enough of a reason, or I wouldn't say it's not a good enough reason, but it just feels like a cop-out. It feels like it's an excuse to leave someone that you don't want to be with anymore. I don't know. But either way, though, based on the answers that Laura are giving us right now, she's obviously refusing to be honest with the people by directly saying that, yes, we have broken up, which is strange. Why would you not want to say that? Is it because you're afraid to actually have to explain to people that this man literally just broke up with you because he just didn't want to be with you? I mean, honestly, this is the issue with Laura. She makes things more challenging for herself, which is why people always feel how they feel about her. Okay, and she never really helps herself in any situation whatsoever. Okay, but either way, though, this is obviously what I wanted to report to you guys regarding the situation with Burkhan and Laura. The question is, do you believe that they truly broke up because he had to go away to serve 6 to 12 months, despite the fact that they knew about this prior to him probably proposing? Probably knew about this prior to her even going to America. Probably even knew about it prior to even filming the season. Either way, though, they knew that this was coming. So why break up? Give me your thoughts. Give me your guesses. I want to know. Let's talk about it. Now, with that being said, though, Laura also, on top of that, like I said, this woman does not stop being under fire at this moment in time. Now, she's come out with a most recent post, another post that I've also got actually on my YouTube Shorts if you haven't checked it out. And this one here, as you can see, is all about Laura thinks we are all jealous of her, because Laura came out with this post here where she puts down, I love being me. It triggers the jealous, confused, the fake, and pisses off all the right ones. Unbothered and unapologetic. I mean, listen, there's a whole rant going on here, all right, where this person starts off by saying, I spent too much of my life worrying about being too much for people who were never going to understand me anyway. Now I laugh louder, live harder, take the trip, post the video, say what I mean, live my life exactly the way I want to. Some people get inspired by the confidence, and some people get triggered. Huh? Also continues by saying she loves saying, "I'm not afraid to take risks, love and live life." Putting that quote on the screen was done right alongside thinking Berkan is handsome, cool, funny. That he wasn't going to throw his suitcase at 50k debt on her. Here's the thing. Obviously, these are some of the things that Laura has said, and obviously this is somebody just calling out the patterns of the things that she has said. Also, just continues by saying, "But wait, what does 'I love being me'? It triggers a jealous, confuse the fake, pisses off all the right ones. Why would loving being yourself confuse the fake, piss off the right ones? Shouldn't it be the other way round? Make it make sense." By the way, apparently not Berkan though, but still going to Turkey for skin removal, met another Turkish younger with a debt. Laura, here comes the spin-off. So this person is even giving us some tea and saying that apparently Laura is still going to go to Turkey and she's already met another Turkish man. Whew, interesting. Maybe Laura has cheated on Berkan and that's why he broke up with her. Probably not, but you never know. Either way, though, the question is, though, will she be back for another season? And if she's going to be back, will she be back with a new Turkish man? Or will she not be back, but we will still get to see this Turkish man debut on her profile at some point. Either way, right now, Laura does not want to disclose any information regarding her breakup with Berkan. And trust me when I tell you, it has nothing to do with the NDA because their season is now over. And when people break up, it's okay for them to be told they can break up. The only time that it may not be okay, give or take, is if those same two people are scheduled to be back for another season. But even then, that has never stopped people from announcing that they're no longer with that person anymore anyway. So yeah, all I know is this: whatever's happened between Berkan and Laura just doesn't want to speak about it right now. And you know what? You want to tie your privacy, but either way, give me your thoughts on the matter stuff in particular. Please don't forget to hype the video, like the video, subscribe, and have a good freaking day. Like, come on now. It's Friday. It's Friday, which means tomorrow's Saturday. Oh my God. And then it's Sunday. Oh my God. Don't worry about what day comes after Sunday. That's irrelevant, okay? Just appreciate the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, folks. Have a good weekend. Thank you so much for your time.